Same day as episode 28, but much later in the day. Gonna reattempt what I was trying to do earlier, but I could not. Hey guys, EndoPlasmite here. We're with the next episode of EndoPlasmite Plays Pokemon LeafGreen. Last time we successfully got the experience share, and we took down Sabrina. Now, simply put, we're trying to make our way to Seafoam Island. There ain't too much really to add. I mean, I could say in the in-betweens of the episodes I did successfully get dinner made. Although it took slightly longer than it should have to get made, but it was made. This guy's just gonna send out a bunch of squid Pokemon. Or whatever specifically you could classify Tentacool as. That's a weird time for the game to stop, huh? Oh, look, that's a strange looking squid. I do think a good portion of this episode is simply just going to be battling. Just on the purpose that there are a lot of trainers that like to meander around in the water. Meander. That's a funny word. Meander. Anyways. So that would be the opportunity to go through to try to actually take care of them. So solution to that is sunblock. Or, you know, don't go out in the sun. Ever. Stay indoors. Never get a tan. Stay pale. I said almost said stay tail. Be transparent. Avoid the sun. Crazy to think that there's actually some forms of lizards that exist that are never out in the sun. And because of that, they're very transparent and you can see through their organs. We'll see through to their organs. Same goes for fish. Yeah, well, hopefully the four of you have some type of raft. I don't think the one guy's Tentacool is going to be enough to safely carry all of your selves. Thank you, WebRoot. Very cool. Making me have to edit stuff out again. Well, when that pops up though, for at least anyone that's curious on it, that only pops up within like the first 5 to 10 minutes when I first start my computer. So, you can tell that I only recently just turned on this computer. It shows you that I'm just hopping right into it. I think I am just going to keep it as the one episode working on tonight. Mostly just so that way I at least have tomorrow set to go. Now see, collectively, with 2 trainers having 5, and 2 trainers having 2, that's 14 Pokemon total. I could probably carry all 4 of them. they'd have to clump up together into one gigantic mass raft almost. Because otherwise not, they run the risk of their trainers slipping through the cracks. And they plummet to the bottom of the ocean. They feel the life just draining out of it. Well, I'm sorry, kind of blacked out there for a second. Wonder what happens if I actually use Giga Drain. Is it actually going to be able to take out Sea King this time? This time. Eventually do I have to abandon ship and actually go back to heal my team. So what does she say if you talk to her again? Yeah, it would. So go out and get yourself a Lapras. How shallow is shallow, though, is the question. Because for it being a deep ocean like this, that still probably is not very shallow. And I don't know, also, it kind of looks like there was more people swimming over that way. I don't know why I was pointing again. You guys can't see me point. There's people swimming over towards Route 19 versus Route 20. Because I only see two guys so far. Barry. There's a joke to be married there, but I will not. Because once again, that will require me to edit. I mean, I'm already going to have to edit once. But some edits are easier to do than other edits. I'm hoping this was recording the entire time, like audio-wise, otherwise this is going to be very awkward. Don't mind the silence, I was busy fixing my nose. I had to blow my nose so I didn't want the sound of that, plus the sound of a tissue bumping up against the microphone to gross people out. It might not. Everyone's different. Just on the plus side, speaking of nose, I'm definitely feeling a lot better compared to how I was before. I do think whatever was going on has passed through. I think it was mostly just allergies. Also, yes, I'm aware that I have some items to restore the power points. I am holding off on those until I actually need them entirely. Like in the middle of the Elite Four or something like that. So there's three trainers so far that are in the ocean. Is it really quite the getaway? enough to do one of each of the attacking moves without it missing. This would be a good instance to do a physical move. You know, it's a strange Pokemon if you think about it. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna consult the guide before I actually say anything else. I already had one instance of coming off stupid, which again, wasn't really 100% the case, but you get what I mean. Yeah, okay. So I can say this. You know what really is a strange Pokemon if you think about it? The whole Horsey line evolution. I mean, factor in abilities. You got Horsey, whose only ability is Swift Swim, and then it evolves into Seadra, whose only ability is Poison Point. But then as soon as you evolve it into Kingdra, it gets Swift Swim once again. What's the point of giving it Swift Swim, then removing it, if you're just going to bring it back? I mean, it feels like Slack Off, Vigor Off, and Slacking all over. Except at least Slack Off, Vigor Off, and Slacking makes sense because they're all the same type, and they follow a similar pattern or just general flow. Versus Kingdra gets a Dragon type, and you still could have kept it as Poison Point. But I digress. Did I fight you already? Well, it's a wild Pokemon instead. Yeah, I did fight you. So there was you. You know, it'd still be crazy. Okay, so now we go back to the end conversation I was saying originally. So many people swimming here. There's only 3 people that were swimming on Route 20 right here. And he's not even swimming or a trainer. He's just standing there, menacingly. Also, are you actually a trainer as well, or no? Yes, you are. Not really much to comment with any of this. Sorry, I don't. Alright. So there is a a Pokemon that I do want to try to catch. Just on the sole purpose of initiating the trade. But that'd be the only instance of me having to worry about catching anything. The only reason why I'm not going through the process of using repels is, again, just like the PowerPoint restoring moves, in case of the dire situation that I actually did need a repel, which, you know, that's probably not going to happen with my team. Or if I'm just literally just like, okay, I'm over it, which I haven't hit that point yet. The fact of the matter is, while the odds are very low of a shiny actually appearing, it's still at least a better odds than just just not even trying. Not to say it's better than the lottery, but it is kind of better than the lottery. Just to mean like baseline odds. The odds are like 1 in 8,000. Is it like 1,008? Not 1,000. 8,143 or something like that. Which is better than the odds of winning the lottery, because depending on your specific lottery, you have any chance from a number being from 1 through 70, and you have 6 numbers plus a red ball. So you have a chance of it being... Don't mind the stupid little tangent that I'm going on. And again, some of my numbers, some of this could be wrong, so if it is, I'm sorry. So, to get the specific one number, your odds would be 1 in... Well, again, if this is correct with how I was doing this, and if it's not, I'm sorry. Odds are 103,117,679,280 out of 1 of chances of winning the lottery. Like big win lottery. Versus here where it's 1 out of 8,443. Even then, with those specific odds, some people can go through playing multiple attempts with the same copy of a game or different copies of the same game and still only ever find one. Which is still better than winning the lottery anyways, but I digress. Anyways, I think I did need a seal for trading. Also, for what it's worth, just to get another point across with something as well. That's number 2, actually, that I need. Yes, I'm aware what Pokemon is on this bottom floor. No, I'm not going to go after it yet. Same like I know what Pokemon was in the power plant, I'm not going after that yet. There's a generalized point for it. Which, once I get to those episodes, you'll see what I mean. I mean, I haven't recorded those episodes yet, but like I said in a past episode, I have plans for stuff. I just have to get to that point where I can discuss those plans. No sense in discussing it early. If I discuss it too early, you guys won't want to watch them. Alright, box 2. Oh, there is something here. Also, yeah, see, look, Articuno's right there. But I'm not gonna go after Articuno quite yet. Now here's an interesting topic or idea in mind. Let's say what happens, so that's kind of funny, if I end up finding a shiny in this playthrough. Well, to tell you the honest truth, I don't know. Because it can depend on a couple different things. The way that this was set up with the specific types of Pokemon that I picked was, again, with the reason that I picked it. But if I pick a different Pokemon, that kind of throws off the whole typing system. For example, say specifically that I end up finding a Seal. That would mean then I would have to remove Starmie from the team, which wouldn't be a problem on that end because you got Seal and Dugong, both water and then water and ice, and nothing else has to be removed. But say specifically the Pokemon that I end up finding as a shiny would be a Tentacruel or a Tentacool, because they're everywhere in the water. That's 2 Pokemon that I would have to remove from the team. Both my starter and also Starmie. So, coming up with these plans for trying to pick what team has to come with the backlash portion of whatever Pokemon I end up finding as a shiny, I essentially won't really be able to actually use in the playthrough. So what becomes of the shiny then? It's not going to be forgotten about. First instinct of mine actually is to take the shiny and just transmit it immediately to Fire Red, because then I can transmit that over to XD. Now, see if I wanted to go through to tackle Articuno, that I could. But I'm not. Speaking of Starmie, guess that's a good thing I don't have Starmie up in the lead. Otherwise, how fast I'd be finding Pokemon would be even faster than normal. You know what else is funny if you think about it? I did say in the last episode that I had a bad feeling that I was going to be stuck in here longer than I thought it was going to be. I neglected the fact that... Why am I going that way? I neglected the fact that it's not really that long of a course to navigate through. There's not really much that hinders your travel in terms of trainer fights. It's just wild Pokemon that you have to navigate through. And the boulder puzzles are difficult the first time you try it, but as you play the game more and more, you kind of figure out how the puzzles work. Also, I think I need to go down and then go up. So, just for this instance, I am going to use a repel real quick. Yeah, that's why. Here. And then I know there's not really anything worth it to do going down this way quite yet, I think. It's pretty much that's just the equivalent of what we saw over here, which we'll get to later. So that's the main entrance, and if you notice then from that, there's the other boulder. here. We're here. And now, number 1, the larch. I always thought there was supposed to be something item-wise right there. It's not. Anyways. We have exited. No, I'm not on vacation. Unless the vacation is kicking your butt. That was kind of stupid. But yeah, we managed to get through there in less than 1 episode. Now we just gotta see to the end. Which we still won't make it to Cinnabar Island yet. But we at least made farther progress than we were originally estimating. I'll also just test something real quick. I know, but I just wanted to test it. It'd be funny if this was a shiny. I still swear, one of these days I'm gonna do that and that's gonna work. This guy's probably the... Well, how did you ride your bird Pokemon here? Because if you were supposed to be riding it the same way that we would be riding it, you shouldn't have been able to get here. But if not that way, then it makes sense. Roger. We're fighting Roger. That hurt Roger. I'm just doing this just to spare the PowerPoints. I know that we don't need to, because we're getting close enough as it is to Cinnabar Island to worry about not having enough to fight. Don't try to argue with my logic. Let me have fun how I want to have fun. That's kind of been the running gag for most of this series at this point. What are you to do? Well, we got a trainer over there. There's nothing in the sand. So we are going to have to leave this episode off here. We are one step closer into coming to the conclusion of this game, but it's been that way pretty much for the last couple episodes. So next episode, we'll finally be able to get to Cinnabar Island, where we'll have a couple different interesting things that we'll be doing as well. Kind of branching out in 3 different things that need to be done. Technically 4 different things that need to be done. But we're going to leave all that off on the next episode. And probably the episode after that. And maybe a 3rd one. We'll see. So we'll see you guys in the next episode.